Hello, ladies and germs. Welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny.
I'm Spencer.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on Wikipedia.
We click random article.
And we talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
But first, we talk about something a little different. That's the GDBQR 2014, the Great Dilettante Ball Quarter Race 2014, where Spencer and I race each other and you to see who can collect all quarters for all states for all days.
Yep. Johnny, let me make a prediction real quick. We're not one of us is going to get one more new quarter for the rest of the year.
I could see that because I'm also pretty sure the next time we record will probably be next weekend, and we'll probably finish out the year that weekend.
Sweet, cool.
So you have a week. I mean,
you have a week to beat me.
I have a week. We both have a week, but you're the only one who's really in this.
Yeah.
Then we still need to figure out what we're gonna do come 2015.
Yeah, we're gonna have yeah. That's my Ozzy Osbourne impression.
So timely.
Yeah. Remember him from 15 years ago?
Well, it's like remember him from 30 years ago, and then remember him again from 15 years ago.
Sharad. Same with a cold, I guess.
Sharad. I'll be Ozzy Osbourne. It sounds the same if he has a cold.
Running off the rails.
Running. Going off the rails on a crazy train.
Trained. Yeah, I remember him.
You want to
take your damn time?
I'm just
Jesus.
I'm getting it.
All
We're pulling up a random article. Okay. Okay. So the picture's pretty sexy. No, I will not donate money. Sorry.
That's been really annoying me recently. It's huge. It's like half the page is like, donate, please.
It just popped up on this Nexus 7, the official tablet of Dilettante Ball,
Ball,
and it took up the whole screen.
That sucks.
Yeah, I mean, just give it to me for free.
Yeah, I deserve everything for free.
I deserve all the information in the world for free right now. Please don't make me click this X.
Yeah. Yeah. So inconvenienced once a day.
Okay, the article is Satyavati.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Satyavati.
Okay, you're right. That's what I thought of. So I assume this is some sort of Indian person?
Satyavati or Satyawati. That's the Indonesian version, I guess. Was the queen of the Kuru king Shantanu of Hastinapur and the great-grandmother of the Pandava and Kaurava principal characters of the Mahabharata, one of the principal texts in Hindu mythology. So I assume she's not real.
Okay.
She's also the mother of the seer Vyasa, author of the epic. Her story appears...
The epic.
Yeah.
Of Gilgamesh, I assume.
Not capitalized or anything. Just the epic. Her story appears in the Mahabharata, the Harivamsa, and the Devi Bhagavata Purana.
Okay, so this article assumes I know a lot about Indian culture.
Yeah,
this person who's famous for these 40 things that I've never heard of.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Joke's on me, I guess.
I mean, would an article about Bill Clinton
that's
or what?
Weird
that
you said that because that's the first person I thought of too. Why would we both think of Bill Clinton?
I don't know.
Is he the most famous American of all time?
Probably.
Okay, that's really bizarre.
Maybe Elvis is a better example. If
Elvis Presley was the
rock and roll musician, it's well, what the fuck is rock and roll? Are there?
If you're a rural Indian,
yeah. I just want to read about Varatu, whatever the hell.
Nosferatu.
Yeah,
the Indian vampire.
So Satyavati.
Yeah.
So Indians are I just want to read about Satyavati. They wind up on Elvis, and it's okay, rock and roll, guitar.
We founded Graceland. What is Graceland?
Ed Sullivan. What is happening?
I feel like there's not the same kind of
yeah, or maybe
it would have to be someone else like Andrew Jackson or a slightly obscure political figure that most
it would have to be fictional. This is fictional.
Oh,
so we're already so far off.
Yeah.
Like
Daniel Boone.
Yeah. Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer's a good one, yeah. Friends with Huckleberry Finn. Yeah. Who the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
No, who's Huckleberry Finn? Famous for whitewashing. Okay, I don't know what that is.
Well, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, written by Samuel Longhorn Clemens.
Who?
Yeah. Better known as Mark Twain. Nope.
Who?
Yeah, not doing it for me. All right, that's pretty fair. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be insane to read.
So this is like their
This is their Tom Sawyer.
this is their Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
The European Tom Sawyer is King Arthur. No, it's not, but
that sounds like a well, I feel like our King Arthur is Tom Sawyer.
yeah, right.
In high school we read Huck Finn, but we didn't read Tom Sawyer, which I think maybe Huck Finn is more culturally significant somehow.
One of them is more racist. I forget which one it is. Or not inherently racist, but uses the N-word a lot more.
The N-word was in Huck Finn a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. So
I mean,
imagine
it was
the other
a
one.
dude's name.
Yeah, then it must have been Tom Sawyer that didn't.
Well, Tom Sawyer had like Injun Joe,
Yeah.
which
Isn't
great, but it's certainly not the N-word.
That's crazy that you read those books in high school. I mean, it's awesome because those books are the dopest ever.
Yeah. But we didn't read Tom Sawyer. We only read Huck Finn. And
Sure.
maybe Tom Sawyer is also more specifically like a kid's book. And Huck
That's
Finn
very
is maybe
possible.
more of like a teen book.
Yeah, they blur together in my mind, obviously, because they're both like best friends.
And Huck Finn is like the sequel, kind of.
It is,
It's
yeah.
weird.
I feel like Huckleberry Finn starts out like Huckleberry Finn, the friend of Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
Like, read that book first.
I
Like,
feel like he does say that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
like he was trying to like drum up money in 1905 or like whenever it was he wrote the books. 1880s maybe.
He was a big fan of the Great Missouri Frog Race. What the hell is that book?
Yeah,
The
like,
Jumping Frog of
Paramet County or
Yeah.
whatever the hell. Yeah. Do you remember Huckleberry Finn's dad?
I feel like he just lived with his aunt, right?
No, that was Tom Sawyer.
Huck Finn lived with his aunts too.
Nah, if I'm remembering correctly, Huckleberry Finn lived out like in the woods. Well, first of all, everyone did, I guess. But Huckleberry
all
Finn
woods.
lived like in the woods in like a shack that his dad built, and his dad was just like a drunkard, and so like his dad was just always passed out.
That's maybe in Tom Sawyer, because in Huck Finn, he
Yeah.
definitely lives with like 2 aunts.
Are you sure you're not thinking of Tom Sawyer?
Yeah, I mean, I know he paints his aunt's fence or whatever. No,
So
that's Huck Finn. Huck Finn is the one who, it's in Tom Sawyer, but Huck Finn is the one who
Boy.
makes people paint the fences.
We're gonna have to.
Because Huck Finn,
Yeah.
Tom Sawyer's like, he's a little bitch baby. And Huck Finn,
Is he?
I feel
Well,
like
Huck Finn's definitely
like
the
Huck
like
Finn's like a
rootin'
shyster.
Yeah, for sure. He's
and
definitely the.
Tom Sawyer's just like, okay, Huck.
I feel like Tom Sawyer's like, like if Huck Finn wasn't in the picture, it'd be like, oh, Tom Sawyer, you rascal.
Oh, but
Huck Finn
Finn's there,
comes
so
in
it's
just like shooting guns and like, where'd you get a gun? I
I-
stole from my drunk dad.
I might be totally making this up, but I feel like, it was actually Louis C.K. talks about it.
Okay.
There's like he's like just swinging around a dead cat.
Yeah. Like that's how he's introduced in the book. Like
Yeah.
Tom Sawyer's on his way to school, like hitting up the ladies, and then here comes Huck Finn swinging a dead cat to like chase off ghosts or something. And Tom Sawyer's like, "Oh damn, that's cool!" And like they start swinging a cat, like it's so crazy. Like you know what kids do, swinging dead cats.
But I feel like maybe Tom is like adventurous.
Okay.
He wants to do a little bit of light exploration.
Sure, right.
But I feel like he's also more interested in Betty Lou or whatever the hell her name is.
Yeah, right.
But Huck Finn's just like, no, we're gonna go on an adventure and we're probably gonna kill people.
Right, we're gonna go to Oregon and kill
and
people.
it's gonna be crazy. These people are trying to carpet bag me.
Right.
I'm gonna carpet bag the carpetbaggers. I'm gonna take them for all they're worth.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he's like king of a river boat.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah. Like Huck Finn would have been the first person to like, you know that thing where you trade a paperclip for like a thumbtack, and then a thumbtack for a pencil, and then a
eventually
pencil
you get
for
a house.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like Huck Finn invented
They'll trade
that.
you this marble for but he would go big though.
Yeah.
Like it'd just be like within 4 steps.
Yeah,
Marble
I'll
to a
trade you this marble for a house.
Yep.
That's insane. Is it? Fuck, you're right.
Yeah, I bet you want this marble though. It's a pretty cool marble. Like everyone wants this marble. Oh, maybe they do. You know. Do you know there's a neighborhood in Chicago called Streeterville?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know the origin of that name?
Oh, probably all the streets that are there.
Yeah. Well, there was this steamboat captain named Captain Streeter.
Okay.
And his steamboat ran aground like in that area or whatever, and he was like, well,
Where was he? What was he on the Chicago River?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, it doesn't feel. I mean, I guess it is, but it doesn't feel big enough for a steamboat. Steamboats feel huge in my head.
You also got to remember this is like 150 years ago, so who knows what was even like back then.
It was flowing the other direction.
It was, that's for sure. So maybe it was like in Lake Michigan. I don't even know.
Well, that'd be even crazier. Where's he gonna go?
Well, wait till you hear the rest of the story. So he crashes his steamboat there, and he's like, well, you know what? I'm going to make the best of a bad situation. And he turns his steamboat into a floating river casino, right? And it turns out like
Floating Rivers Casino.
yeah, Four Rivers Casino. And basically, long story short, he like made like $1 billion, and
Sure.
now the neighborhood's named after him. He crashed his steamboat there on purpose because since he was on the river, they couldn't like tax him for the money that his casino makes, and so he just like made bank. Like, oh, I accidentally crashed my steamboat. Guess I'll stay here and make $1 billion.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just like a total trickster. Like, yeah.
That's really crazy.
So so maybe there was no good reason for him to have a steamboat there.
Yeah, he was just like,
Oh,
what's the like like who would take a steamboat here because obviously it's gonna crash.
Right.
Oh, the Chicago River.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's nuts.
Yeah, so he's like the real life Huckleberry Finn.
Who do you think is the most? Do you think there's someone more Huckleberry Finn than him?
Then Streeter,
Yeah.
Captain Streeter. There probably is. I feel like there's like people like the Catch Me If You Can. Remember that movie?
Oh, sure.
Like guys that are just like, man, there was a guy that I don't think the movie was based off of this particular guy, but he was one of those guys where he was like, yeah, I'm gonna pretend to be a lawyer or I'm gonna pretend to be a doctor, and I forget why it was he did it, but he pretended to be like an army surgeon in like World War II or Vietnam or whenever it was, maybe to like get out of the state he was in because they were already after him or something, and so he's over in Europe or Vietnam, wherever it was.
Sure, one or the other.
And a bunch of people had gotten, hit by like a mortar or whatever. So it was like a bunch of people, and they're like, "You're a surgeon, like quick, fix them." And he had like a photographic memory, so he's like, "All right, give me like 20 minutes." And he went to like his tent or whatever, and just like read the surgeon's like handbook on like how to stitch people up, and then saved everyone's lives.
That's not real.
I swear. I wish I'm gonna try to figure out who it was, and we'll put it in the show notes.
That's insane.
Yeah, the whole Wikipedia article about him is insane.
I love that.
Yeah, and then I feel like he got caught later, and they were like, "Well, you saved everyone's lives, so we're not going to prosecute you." And like he just like, "Cool, all right, thanks."
And
guys."
then he was a real doctor forever.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
That's so crazy.
yeah. So he had like a photographic memory, so it was easy for him to like get away with a lot of stuff.
It'd be really cool to have a photographic memory.
Yeah,
right?
it would be. Yeah,
That'd be insane.
I wish I had that. It feels like so useful.
And is there like
A way to like train your brain to have one.
I doubt that. But is it the kind of thing where you can have like an almost photographic memory, or is it sort of like an all or not? You know what I mean? Is it like all or nothing? I don't understand, because I mean anyone can just say, "Oh yeah, I have a photographic memory," but is
Right.
there a way to be like, you have a photographic memory?
I don't know. But I mean, maybe like give them a whole book and then have them reset the book from memory. Is that a thing they could even do?
It'd be insane.
Yeah, that would be insane.
I think the same way about like perfect pitch.
Oh, sure.
Like, if you say you have perfect pitch, like for real, like dead on every time, or is it like, no, I know,
Like within 90% accuracy.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how perfect pitch works.
because it seems weird for anyone to be able to say like my human body is capable of perfection in this specific task,
Right.
because like you're just gonna fuck up sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that. I feel like I can sing pretty well, but only if someone else is singing
Mhm.
with me or
Yeah.
if the radio's on or whatever. But like by myself, it's a little hit or miss.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
Okay. So it's like I have to have a reference point to do it. So yeah, I don't know how you would just like. Oh, that was a C.
Hey!
Yeah, exactly right.
That was probably an A.
That's probably a G.
We're gonna take a little break right now, and if anyone needs to tune any instruments,
We'll both go ahead and do C's real quick.
yeah,
Okay, go ahead. 1, 2, 3.
C. All right, there you go. I think everybody usually tunes to A, though.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, weird.
It's alphabetical.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's A.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. You were in band longer than I was.
It's true.
That is true.
Oh, here's a thing. Speaking of bands, I saw with Jessica,
The official girlfriend of Dilettante Ball.
The Nutcracker.
You did see the Nutcracker.
It was great.
When you saw the Nutcracker, what was I? Was I doing?
You-
I was
you
at a
had a
show.
show.
Yeah, I did have a show. First of all, how was the Nutcracker?
It was great. But I will say this: tips. This is not the first time I've seen the Nutcracker. Tips: if it's your first time, if you're a little late, it's okay. The beginning's the boring part.
So
It's just
skip the first half.
I mean,
Come in during the halftime.
you're not gonna miss any good stuff. You're gonna miss the rats.
Which are pretty cool.
They're pretty cool, but all the really good meaty bits happen after intermission.
I've got another show tip for you.
Okay.
If you're in the Chicago area, go see Blue Man Group.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Because we just saw the Blue Man Group, and it was literally insane, and not necessarily in a good way, just insane.
Definitely not in a good way.
So, how do we end up in the Blue Man Group show?
Jessica got tickets through work.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I should disclose.
Yeah, we got free tickets. So we went and saw Blue Man Group, and it was a group of 5 of us, and it's exactly like what you would think it is, just like crazy dudes with blank faces hitting drums and paint that's going everywhere, and then there's like.
But that wasn't even most of the show. Most of the show wasn't even like, because that stuff is cool.
That's how it starts.
I think that's actually cool.
Yeah.
The crazy drumming and banging on PVC pipes and
Right,
stuff.
right.
That's cool. I
could use more of it.
That's maybe 30% of the show.
The show's like an hour and a half or maybe more.
The rest is like filler, like just them like looking back and forth at each other and like weird like bits with the audience,
like walking into the audience and
taking
just
like 20 minutes to pick a volunteer.
Yeah, like
it's
staring.
probably a plant anyway.
Right, and like staring into your soul as they're doing it.
And yeah, there was the end. They just did like, oh, we're all just gonna dance. Everyone just stand up and dance.
Everyone stand up and shake your butt.
So the Blue Men can just take a break for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And the parts with the PVC, there were some parts where I don't even feel like it was actually
you think
the noises. I think it was like they were playing along with their recording.
You think so?
And there was a band there with them.
There was a band up in the rafters.
They were distracting because of their outfits.
Which were like, so everything was like dark, and then they had like crazy like black light reactive like tracksuits.
Yeah, but it was made so that they looked like marionettes.
They did, right.
So that was like distracting. It didn't fit with the Blue Man aesthetic, I didn't think.
Well, they weren't Blue Men.
But it was so different than everything else that's going on. You know, everything else is like the Blue Men. They're wearing all black,
and doing their crazy
weird
thing.
like pipes everywhere,
Right.
and there's like these like bright neon,
like playing real drums and real guitars
and real zithers.
Right. That's real.
I mean, there were 2 part-time zither players and 1 full-time zither player in the program. That's for real. But then I feel like their music was louder than the Blue Man stuff when they were drumming on the PVC.
Right. It was like the Blue Men were accompanying the real band with their dumb PVC shit.
Yeah, but I'm here for the Blue Men.
Right. I love what you're doing with the rock and roll zithers, but I'm here for the PVC pipes.
It was very, very, very strange. And I said it before, I'll say it again. I like the blue and the all black outfits. But get a new cut for those outfits, because it's
people don't realize, I think, how the cut looks.
It's
until you're actually in the theater and looking at the Blue Men doing their thing, and then you're like, oh, what are your crazy outfits?
I mean, it's just really baggy.
Right.
I mean, it's very clearly like, oh, this show started in the 80s and
and it stayed there.
Yeah, and I mean, still wear the all black for sure. But like, get it a little more form-fitting, because it's like very baggy, and then the pants are like harem pants, like girls' harem pants that are like tucked into weird boots, but not like normal boots.
No, I feel like they're like Beetle boots kind of, or something.
They're like Beetle boots, but that like a theater tech person would wear.
Yeah, exactly.
And the outfits also didn't feel like crisp black. It was like oh, these
faded.
have been laundered. Since the 80s.
And the shirts were baggy, and the way they fit, or the way they wore them, was they were just a huge zipper up the back.
Yeah,
like,
it was so weird. It was
can
like,
you zip up my shirt.
Well, they probably have like, these are the 3 Blue Man shirts,
right?
You know, so like,
oh, they have to fit everybody.
Yeah, it's so like, oh, Doug's gonna go out to Vegas and do the show there now.
Right,
okay, well, here's Clint. He's the new guy. Here's Doug's shirt.
Right. Yeah, it was really crazy. You're right.
And when they did close-ups on their faces, because
Yeah.
there was a cameraman sometimes, and there was like a jumbotron thing.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't even look like their makeup was done well. It was just like glooped on their face, so you could just see like big like gobs of
blue,
paint,
whatever.
blue paint on them. It was so strange.
So critical of the Blue Man aesthetic.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I had a great time.
Oh yeah, sure.
For free.
I was loving it.
Tickets cost $73.
That's pretty absurd.
That's absolute highway robbery. $73.
I felt like I got my money's worth when I paid nothing.
So
$73, I'd be a little bit like, well, I just got took it for a ride.
But everybody else who was there,
Though they all came from like Missouri, and
they were along for the ride, and they were loving it.
gladly would pay $73.
There was a dude in front of us. Every time they were playing the PVC pipes, and they would like play clips, like little snippets of songs,
like like Van Halen or whatever.
Yeah, and every time they would play new, and he was like, "Oh, jump!
Yeah.
Whoa, whip it!" He was fucking loving it,
and wanted everyone to know that he knew. He's like, "Oh yeah, whip it!"
And his kid's like, "Dad, stop."
On her cell phone, like, come on.
Yeah, like just 13 and hating it.
It's like the lamest thing ever.
I just want to go back to Altoona.
Right in Florida.
Yeah,
they went all the way to Chicago to see the Blue
they could have seen them in Orlando.
I'm sure they could have. Yeah, like Universal City Walk or whatever.
Yeah. So I guess if you can see the Blue Man Group for free, do it.
Go for it. And they have their own theater, like a whole theater for Blue Man Group.
That's the only thing they do in that theater.
Yeah, which I wonder how long that theater has been for the Blue Man Group, because I feel like it's probably like a real theater back in the day, and then the Blue Man Group bought it, and now it's just been like.
And then they,
like the guy that
staple gun and stapled a bunch of vacuum tubes and shit to the lobby.
Yeah. Yeah, so like the owner or the guy that founded it must be rolling in his grave.
Did you use the bathroom when you were there by any chance?
You know what? I don't think I did.
So the lobby was like insane. It was basically like a science. It was decorated like a science center.
Like a kids museum.
And there was
science.
like weird water features and like
water tornadoes.
Like and lots of vacuum tubes and like dryer tubes everywhere.
Yeah. And you listen to them and they'd be playing like
every
the
single
PVC version
every
of
single
Nirvana.
one was playing Nirvana.
It smells like
song,
Teen Spirit,
but in like different languages and stuff,
or
really
different
weird.
types. This is the Zydeco version of Smells Like Teen Spirit.
But the bathroom was totally normal. like the lobby
fixtures.
was insane. The bathroom could not have been more plain and normal, which was.
That's like a perfect, like, that's where you want it to be crazy. Like, oh, look at this crazy bathroom. Yeah.
But there weren't even like goofy pictures on the walls or anything. It was like
it's like a tasteful swan.
Yes, it was so. That was the strangest thing to me.
Maybe it's like a health code thing. Like they need to be able to clean it efficiently or something.
There's no way. I mean, I've been into so many crazy bathrooms.
Oh yeah, jeez, yeah.
Just put a dang picture on the wall or something.
Yeah, right.
God.
Or at the very least, like it should all be like black with like.
Blue toilets.
Yeah, exactly. That would actually be awesome. Yeah, I don't know, man. But we're gonna go back next week 3 or 4 times probably, right? And
so if you want tickets, tweet us at Dilettante, DILETTANTE, #BALL,
Blue Man Group,
BMG. Yeah, Blue Man Group, because we don't want it to be confused with the BMG record company.
Oh yeah, that's true. We don't want to get sued.
That's next week.
Is that We're gonna go see the recording studios.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird.
I told you already, I think, but when I was in 7th grade, my friend had a Blue Man Group like CD.
Oh, you mean a loud band playing over maybe some people playing PVC pipe?
I wish I could go back and listen to it now, but at the time I remember being like, "What the hell am I listening to?" It's just like, I don't know.
I would like to. I would honestly like to hear from other people who saw the Blue Man Group to see if they, because I just felt weird after I saw it.
Yeah, I feel like being like a 26-year-old person who like I don't know, like
we were certainly not the target audience.
No. Who's the target audience? Like weird 14-year-olds?
Weird 14-year-olds and like families from the suburbs.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, it wasn't for 26-year-old dudes who have lived in the city for like 4 years. Like, oh, this is what you're doing? This is your art?
Yeah,
and I think there's like a message every once in a while they would try to push on you.
It was very heavy-handed for like a bunch of dudes painted blue.
Right, yeah. Like it'd be like, hey, we're like throwing Jello at each other.
There were two.
And then all of a sudden it was like, make sure you talk to your kids, put the cell phones down.
I feel like there are a lot of remnants. So I don't know anything about Blue Man Group.
Not yet.
But I feel like it originally started out as a really like avant-garde, artsy fartsy thing.
Sure.
In the 80s, which explains their outfits. And it was like, they're anonymous and like faceless and they represent everybody and nobody and whatever.
Right.
So there probably were like strong messages and things actually meant stuff.
Sure.
And now it's super commercial. I mean, it's like not franchises, but like
essentially. But there's like 5 or 6 different like theaters throughout the United States that are just Blue Man Group theaters.
Yeah.
They're on cruise ships and stuff.
So, but I feel like they still, whoever's like the creative director in charge of Blue Man Group Limited or whatever, it still is there's like that's the person who was like in the 80s was like, yeah, this is speaking to someone. So they're still trying to hold on to
message.
like that stuff, but then they're also fighting with people who are like, look, this is just for idiots to come watch.
Right. We want to do clown stuff.
Yeah. So like some people are trying to make it more accessible, while other people are like trying to still be like, no, this is still avant-garde art.
Off Broadway style.
Yeah.
So you're saying we need to go in like 15 or 20 years once that guy dies and see like the Blue Man Group really come into their own as like a crazy,
straight up entertainment.
Yeah, right. No
I feel like
messages.
that would be pretty cool because I feel like the messages are part of the thing that took a lot of time.
Yeah, right. Like setting them up in like whatever crazy way they.
Yeah, and I don't care about your picking people from the art. Like, I really would love to just
see them
for
do stuff.
an hour and a half, watch them do crazy drumming.
Right, me too.
Because that was awesome.
Yeah, I agree. All right. I hope you're listening, Blue Man Group.
Yeah. Smell you later. Burn out. It's so real. How I feel. I'm a dirty dog.
This has been a Peaches and Hot Sauce presentation.
Peaches. Hot sauce. 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 Got your peaches.